Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. Welcome back. This country I finished because Tinubu came out and was mocking his friend that was driving 5 Rolls Royce before, and then I went down to Honda Accord. He's laughing at him because of the pain he himself created. My friend who used to have 5 Rolls Royce now drives Honda, Tinubu, and he's very happy about this news. And I don't know why he was happy. That means this government are intentionally causing and inflicting pains on citizens. Because he was laughing in an interview. First of all, watch the video first so that it not be as if it's from my own side or from my head and forming these things up. Because I know the reason why the president will be laughing that the country or his friend is suffering. Watch this video first.
Monopoly, no oligopoly. You have a free market economy flowing, and people are learning management. My friend used to have about, he bragged to me, he has 5 Rolls Royce. And he brought a nice Jeep here. The other day, I saw him in his Honda Accord. Oh, he said, why? He said, that's where you put me. I said, I didn't put you there. He said, that is the cost of fuel prices. He could no longer maintain 5 limo type of vehicles. It's not negative to learn to manage. You learn to control your electricity bill, switch off the light. Let's learn to manage.
So this is what a president could come out and say in a country where he and his government inflicted pains, inflicted hunger and poverty, increased fuel price, increased food price, increased everything. Even food is not scarce. Upon his high, it's not scarce. And then he's laughing and mocking his friend that once had a Rolls Royce and now driving Honda because of fuel price. And he's happy about that. He's laughing. And he said that we should learn how to manage. How do we end up in this kind of government? How did we get to the level where, by the way, I know that it's not us that elected the current administration into office. They gave it to us. I'm not judging anybody on that, because I'm still judging those that went ahead to vote for APC and those that stood for APC last election. Because how is this? What is this? First, it was the Senate president that came out to say that we should protest while they eat. So he said that if we receive free food, to rush it. Now again, the president of Nigeria, the 001 of Nigeria, is mocking his friend for going down. Instead of giving us a word of encouragement and hope that the country will get better, he said that we should learn how to manage. Which country does USA manage? Does other Finland do they manage? And I think that's why Finland is even in support of Biafra agitation. So I guess we just watch this interview, or let's say this highlight on the same topic, and I'll be with you guys shortly.
The problem here is that a government came into office and its policies have been so chaotic that those people who have worked hard to attain that level of comfort have now seen it all almost wiped away. And so if a person who was that comfortable with Rolls-Royce vehicles has now been cut down to managing his Honda Accord, imagine what has happened to the university lecturer. Imagine what that lecturer has had to do. This change in economic realities is, by the way, not as a result of Mr. Rolls-Royce's bad business decisions. He didn't do anything wrong or anything like that. But because an administration came into office and completely changed the trajectory of businesses and the value of the currency across Nigeria. Again, this morning, as you think of Mr. Rolls-Royce, think as well of the civil servant who's working in his very small state government office. Think of the Nigerian who was doing his best to feed his 5 children and put them through school, managing his own small Toyota. What do you think has happened to him? If Mr. Rolls-Royce has dropped from using those exotic cars to using a Honda Accord, what do you think has happened to those who had a Honda Accord? What do you think has happened to those who had small Toyota Corollas? What do you think is their fate? ladies and gentlemen, leaders come into office and it is expected that their leadership should bring about prosperity and growth for a nation and its citizens. That is the expectation. And if for any reason there has to be austerity measures, it must be seen from the top. That leader must show and lead by example. But in our case, the Nigerian government seems to be doing, completely the opposite. Billions are being budgeted and spent on houses and cars for the executive, while our dear friend dropped his Rolls Royce for a Honda. And if the government expects citizens to make sacrifices, then there must be visible signs that that government is leading by example. Government must also drop its own Rolls Royce and use a Honda. Mr. President and the executive, the National Assembly members, must also drop their own Rolls Royce. It must be seen that they have also decided to leave their Rolls Royce and move to a Honda. Also, Mr. President failed to actually even inspire hope that someday this friend will be prosperous again, enough to go back to using one of his Rolls Royce. Because from what it seems, this Honda status might just be permanent or even get worse. He may start, to leave his Honda now and start entering downfall. And so to Mr. President, is the Honda adjustment permanent? And how can you convince Nigerians that this Honda, situation is not going to be the norm? Again, as you think about Mr. Rolls Royce, think about the retiree who has seen the cost of his medication go from 3,000 naira a month to about 25,000 naira a month. Good morning, Nigerians.
I saw Mr. President at the media chat, and I think that there was a certain kind of messianic arrogance that he put before the people. He scored himself excellent. And in the face of harrowing poverty, harrowing despondency, harrowing want, in the face of stampedes for food, hunger-born stampedes, in the face of Nigerians not knowing what the true value of their currency is. As you and I talk, we have about the most devalued currency in Africa. As you and I talk, we have about the least minimum wage in Africa. As you and I talk, I don't understand where, and I think that it's about the minders of the presidency and those who are around him. They have given him this impression that he is the all-knowing King Solomon. He is perhaps Plato's man of gold. He is perhaps the king who does no wrong. And so there's this imagery that, because I watched that interview and I said to myself, who has done this to our president? This is the point at which our president should come humbly to Nigerians and to tell Nigerians that he's doing his best. He will tinker with the policies. You don't tell me that your removal of subsidies cast an iron. All over the world, energy, petroleum are fundamental components of national life. Even in America, there's subsidy for these fundamental issues, including food, agriculture. So I don't understand where they get these policies, and those who applaud him, I don't know what they mean for this presidency. But I think that the minders of this presidency are not careful, they're not sincere, they're not true to what they say on paper. And I truly wish that in the next few days, our president comes around, comes across, and gets across to people who can tell him the truth. Because the truth is simply that our economy is doing badly. The truth is that no matter the statistics that you have, if it does not affect food on the table, you are perhaps in search for good.
Like that in a same country like this, country like Nigeria, is poverty-striven country, but the president of Nigeria is coming out to mock a friend and mock those that were doing well before that no one do because of the bad government, the bad policies that have been put in place, and then the president of Nigeria is laughing and mocking them, and also those people in the room are also laughing. You know what I like about this life, this world, this life as a whole is that one good time deserves another. Those that are benefiting from present this thing, hardship and everything, will still come out to face the reality of life. Because they're not saying that he's under the sun. Anything you are doing must be exposed. And I'm waiting patiently to see these people that are enjoying this Tinubu government, these senators, all these people, because they're the ones that are enjoying this more. because they're being paid in millions as allowance, not salary. Allowance is millions. Then take how much will be their salary, and don't forget that those people are giving brand new cars every single day, every single year. They have budget for brand new cars running in billions of naira, and yet they say that we don't have money in Nigeria. They pay billions of naira every year for the new vehicles. Then that means every time is upgrading their vehicles as year upgrades. The same way they're doing iPhone 15, 16, 17. So that's why they are also upgrading their cars. But we are languishing in hunger and poverty in this country. I wish you guys may leave that in this comment section. See you guys in my next video. If you guys subscribe.